Hello, it's Oopsy Daisy, and I'm Ashley.
I'm Vanessa.
It feels so weird. We haven't done it in so long.
Okay, I think we need to change the whole scheme of things. It's like a once in a year thing we do now. If,
The website we even used to do the podcast is like dramatically changed,
oh,
and
really? Oh, fuck.
I'm like, I hope I'm doing this right because I haven't used it in like
Yeah, no,
months.
I went to use it, and because I switched to Firefox, because fucking privacy things are way better on Firefox. And I went to use it there, and it's like, yeah, this site's not supported for Firefox.
Yeah, exactly. They did that a while ago though,
And I was like,
and I hate it because I use Firefox by default.
yeah.
I'm like still one of those main people who just like still use Firefox. Everyone else uses Chrome or whatever.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
like,
I
no.
switched from Chrome because fucking Google's dumb. Uh, so it was like, no, it's not supported. So it's like, download Chrome. Or I was like, yeah, I'll just use the fucking Microsoft Edge that's built into a PC. Whatever. God.
Edge is finally getting its edge.
Yeah. Jesus.
All
My,
right, so we always have excuses. So
there's no excuse. We're just garbage.
yeah, I mean we've tried to do it a couple times, but then everything's like either Vanessa ends up having to do something, or I end up going somewhere or something. So it's just it never works out.
Yeah,
But
no.
we're
So,
making time because we got big news, Vanessa.
you know what? I know what it is because I
Because you
went.
looked.
No! I went on Tumblr and I'm like, oh, did someone send a message? And
I
I
was
clicked
wondering because I
it.
went on Tumblr today because I'm like, oh, I wonder if anyone said anything because of the news. But of course, you.
If there's an alert, I am one of these people. I have to. It's like OCD. I have to click the alert away.
Mhm.
So I clicked on it, and then it literally was like, "Life with Luca movie," and I was like, "Shit!" And I was like, "Shit!"
Yeah, so I didn't tell Vanessa anything until we had the official announcement, and I didn't even tell her what the official announcement was. I just said we have big life with Luca news that we have to talk about, and she was like, "Okay, don't tell me." So I tried not to, but I knew you'd
Yeah.
probably end up getting spoiled.
So, uh, whoever this anonymous person is, fuck you. You ruined the surprise. Yeah, it was like, I'm sure you've heard the news about the movie. And I was like, no, not till now.
So, because you're not cool like the people who are on the Daisy Discord, we've known since like the beginning of like August that they were filming this on Twitter. So, one of those like film scouts or whatever, they posted that Life with Luca would be filming on location. So
Uh-huh.
someone brought it to the Discord and they were like, "Hey, they're like filming it." So I looked into it more, and then like they were basically filming the whole of August, and that it would be a film instead of the series like they were originally going to do.
So it's like a vacation with Derek sort of thing.
Kind of like Vacation with Derek. And we think that if it does well, they might turn it into a series.
I mean, it can't be any worse than what else they fucking play on TV.
Oh, well, yes, that's true. So, but like, I think they really have to understand that this demographic is not going to be watching for the kids. They have a very like, yeah, sure, they're probably going to get kids who are watching Family Channel right now, and they're
Yeah.
just like, oh, look at this wacky show. But then, like, half of their audience is going to be like 30-plus-year-olds
Oh, it's so true.
going to be watching for Derek and Casey. It's like if
Uh,
someone back in the day was watching for George and Nora. Like,
oh yeah, that's 100% what people were watching for. George and Nora.
Jorah, I think her ship name is. So I have the.
I want to read this anonymous. I want to read it for you because there's a great question that I want to hit. And it's literally, how many bodies has Casey racked up over the last 15 years?
Yeah, I don't understand why that matters.
Because she's a serial killer. That's the
I
thing. That's how many
was
people
thinking
she's
they meant
murdered.
like sex wise. I didn't think they meant like that she
Maybe,
killed.
maybe she's a Black Widow. She's evolved.
Well, we don't know because all right, so this is what the new like description is. So it says Life with Luca. It's basically a TV movie coming to Family Channel early 2023. I saw some places say February,
Okay.
but I guess to be sure they're just saying like early 2023.
Okay.
So Life with Luca is the spin-off of the long-running beloved franchise Life with Derek. The movie picks up 15 years later and follows Derek and Casey as they each navigate parenthood and raise distinctly different teenagers. Derek is a successful musician in Paris.
Excuse
Yeah. So
me?
we'll go back to that. But and a single dad of a 14-year-old girl named Skylar, who is smart, funny, and studious, and who has been recently been testing the boundaries set by her father. Casey is a lawyer and married mother of three in Toronto and is quite comfortable setting limits through though her eldest, 14-year-old Luca, lover of pranks, gaming, and skateboarding, is constantly crossing them. Both Derek and Casey spontaneously decide to surprise their own parents at their recently constructed forever home in Royal, Ontario.
Ontario?
Um,
Are you trying to say Ontario?
well, I don't know. Ontario,
Ontario? I was like, where's
Ontario,
that? Where's
whatever.
that? Is that like Newfoundland?
Shut up. But encounter each other instead. Casey and Derek are happy to see each other, but the teenage cousins who have barely seen each other over the years and never really liked what they saw don't get along at all, uniting only to get into serious trouble. So that's it. It seems like it's produced by the same people as before too.
Hmm.
So let's unpack some of this first, okay? So Derek is a successful musician in Paris.
First of all,
Like I this is what my problem with it is. Like, yes, he did D Rock,
they weren't good.
but I never felt like it was a serious thing for him. Like, yes, it's not realistic that he'd ever become a hockey player, but it would have made more sense since he was supposedly this big, hockey fanatic dude. Or directing because he seemed to be getting into that a lot when he was later in the series. Musician just never seemed like the avenue he'd be going down.
Yeah, no, like, first of all, I don't think Derek can speak French. I don't see him as someone who would be able to learn French. As someone who had to fucking learn that shit her whole life, it's a hard language. I still can't wrap my head around it, and it's like my first language.
They should have had him go to Spain.
He failed Spanish.
But at least his mom would maybe be there. It makes more sense if he was at least in that one. But could you?
It would be funny though because of just how he failed Spanish.
Yeah.
It would have been great continuation and everything. It would have been fantastic, but not Paris. Like, how can Derek go to Paris before I go to Paris?
You planning on going to Paris anytime soon?
Uh, it's my homeland. Well, not my homeland. Ancestors' homeland. I would like to go. I wish I just can go to Europe in general.
Well, yeah, that'd be nice. And it'd be just interesting if they just said like he travels around Europe instead of just like focusing on Paris.
I just don't see him as the type of person who could live there.
I'm wondering if they'll have him say any French in the movie just to kind of like be like bonjour, like
Oh no! Do you think he's just gonna walk in and the first thing he says is like bonjour? Is that- and everyone's like, excuse me?
watch that be the only French he says too.
It
Or like
would-
bonjour and whatever like my family is or something
yeah,
like
like I can't.
that.
I can't.
But anyway, but another thing I have to point out is that both their kids are 14 years old. This is supposed to be 15 years later. So that's counting college. So they both had kids in college? Or are we supposed to announce, or are we supposed to like
Okay,
pretend Derek and Casey are older and this is like basically right out the gate from college they had kids?
listen. It says Casey has 3 kids. The
Mhm.
oldest is 14. Derek's oldest is 14. No one tells us it's not twins and they've parent trapped.
Well, if you look at the people who are what the hell are they? Her kids are biracial. Casey's kids are biracial.
Okay.
So they not necessarily can
Well,
be twins.
is the oldest biracial?
Yeah, all of them are biracial. Well, not Derek's daughter, Skylar, but all of Casey's kids are clearly biracial.
Oh, then it ruins my parent trap idea. I was like, well, the youngest are biracial. Clearly, the oldest is not.
Well, and it's also good because in the original show description that they had,
Mm-hmm.
they said that Casey was going to have like 4 kids. And we were like, damn, that girl's been busy for
How did she have time to have 4 kids
so
and go
at
to
least,
law school?
At least in this, exactly, too. So, like, she had to at least have Luca as she was doing law school. Like, there's no rhyme or reason against that. Like, unless Casey somehow did all the years of law school crunched in like 1 year, I don't think that's possible. So, and she seems like a very prestigious lawyer, actually. So they have her dressed up in like this like customary like
Outfit.
yeah.
But here's the thing. I 100% Casey is the one who she's pregnant in law school. Cool. Legit. Go with it. I would literally see her be in labor and she's like, nope, I have to pass this. Oh my God, this test.
Exactly.
Stay there.
Like, that I don't mind her being pregnant in law school because like things happen, whatever. Like it's a long if you wait 8 years or whatever long it is to become a lawyer, that's a long time.
Let's see.
And some people don't want to wait until they're done law school to start a family.
I'm going to message my friend who is applying to be a lawyer.
Okay.
I'm being called. Oh no. My mother's calling me. She can be ignored. But let's see. Let's see. How many years does it take to become a lawyer? I like how one of the options was pilot. Takes usually 7 years.
Yeah, it takes a while. So, you know, I could see her if let's just say like she married right out of college, and her husband are like, all right, let's have a kid now, or maybe it just happened because it happens like that. But that's fine. But I don't see her being pregnant during school.
Yeah.
So, like, they're definitely aging them up at some point. So it's not exactly 15 years later. The show ended in 2009. You could pretend like with their vacation with Derek happened in 2009. Like, it's supposed to be that summer after their senior year. So that's still 2024. That technically they're supposed to be like.
How old right now is like
Michael was born in 87. I think Ashley was born in 86.
God, they're old.
I know.
They're older than my
so are
sister.
we.
My sister's I thought they'd be like my sister's age, but she's 88, so
yeah, so they're like what, 35, 36
36?
right now?
Okay. I mean,
and like Ashley has 3 children, but she just had a baby. Like
I thought she only had 2. I'm so out of the loop.
But yeah, so Ashley has 3 kids, which is fine, but like all of them are like under 10, I believe. Casey has a 14-year ass like kid.
So clearly, Casey had a baby while in high school. That was hidden.
Right.
That is biracial by the same person she's married to. Oh my God, it's been a secret. She's had a secret relationship the whole time.
I think they would end up, figuring that out. But...
No, it's okay. It's okay. There's people like legit, like you hear these people who are like, I didn't know I was pregnant.
And Derek's like, I'll join the struggle with you and get some girl knocked up, and then we can have kids together.
Oh my god.
Because they're both 14 years old, which is why I'm like, it's just, I
So
don't know.
yeah, like the math, if they're like 36, 35 minus 14, I don't math, but
Like 20, 24? I don't know.
I don't math. I
What did you say
graduated.
before? 36?
Yeah, 36, 37.
They would have been like 22 or
Yeah, I don't
something like
math.
that.
I
Like,
haven't math since like I graduated high school, so I can't even like count like basic math.
basically, if they did college the way they were supposed to, they probably both had their kids like right out of college, if
Okay.
that's
I
what they're
mean,
doing.
and then it makes sense.
That's if they aged up the characters, which they most have definitely had to. I think the characters were supposed to be born in 1990.
Oh, like the show characters. Okay. I was
Yeah,
like,
so like they had to have like made them more of Ash and Mike's ages to like
yeah.
make this work chronologically.
Yeah.
So it's not properly 15 years. It's some other weird number
Okay.
that we have to go into. And then the other two kids she has, I think they might be twins
Okay.
because they just look the same age. So I think she either had twins, which would make sense. That meaning like she basically had like two pregnancies within these like 15 years.
Mm.
So instead of like having like 3 or 4 or 5 consecutive like pregnancies.
God, rest in peace, her body.
But it does make sense that she's a lawyer. That was always something I felt like
Yeah.
the fans either said she was like a lawyer or
A writer or journalist or something.
maybe, yeah. But I feel like lawyer was a big one just because, like, especially in the 4th season, she did that take your stepkid to work thing and she went to George's office. Like, she seemed like she was interested in that
Wasn't
stuff.
wasn't it in like the movie she was like reading books for like lawyer or something?
Maybe, and
Or
then
did I
something
am I
else. She seemed
confusing
very ambitious in that. I forget exactly what she was reading, but she was like going to spend most of her vacation like studying.
Yeah,
And
I'm like, did I do the thing where I'm confusing a story for what actually happened in the show? Because I've done that a lot.
but yeah, so and then what they changed from the TV show premise to the movie is that it doesn't seem like Derek is moving in with Casey. It's just that he's showing up at his parents' new place and like they're both there.
This is a
So they end
failure
up having to
already.
maybe like spend a week together or something.
This
But
is already a failure. They've changed the concept that everyone wanted. Failure.
okay. So let's just say the movie does well because apparently Family Channel is starting to re-air all the Life with Derek episodes. Like I think they really want people to get amped for it.
Yeah.
And so let's just say the Life with Derek, the Life with Luca movie does really well. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think we're seeing her husband that much in the
Okay.
movie. If I think I forget where I saw it, but there was this one guy, and I was like, he looked like he could be the dad, like her husband. But like,
Yeah.
there's like barely any behind the scenes of this guy, or at least anything that they shared. Like, he just doesn't seem like he's there at all too much. So I'm wondering if like either he's working
Are they having a divorce?
or maybe they're having issues, and that's one reason why Casey comes to her parents' house all of a sudden.
I like
Like,
this
I want to
idea.
believe that almost because, like, I never feel like they're going to make Daisy canon. But if you can have them both be single and living under one roof and co-parenting together, that's just basically
I just
both
love the
their rooms are
fact.
downstairs in the basement.
I just love the fact that like their oldest kids are literally like opposite personalities.
Yeah. But also you have to think as well. They're basically making Daisy 2.0 with Skaluka.
Oh god,
You
I was
know.
hoping you would bring that name up again. Skaluka.
You know. I mean, it might not be as big as Daisy, but you know people are going to ship these two.
Mm-hmm.
And I half wonder if like Mike and Ashley were like, guys, if you
Be
don't want to
ready.
be shipped, do everything we're like, don't do anything we're doing.
Don't.
Did you see the
Monkeys.
pictures that Ashley and Michael posted?
No! I don't. I've like literally like media blocked myself from the world.
Oh my god. So it hold on, let me see.
Just send it to me in a text or something. Oh,
You
but
don't have
speaking.
Instagram anymore, but
I
look at
don't.
this.
Stop!
And then this is Michael, but so this is the one that's playing his daughter. You see that?
She looks like she's 20.
This is also a picture that they posted.
That is so, like, not Derek style. That's Michael style.
This is Luca.
Okay, yes, I see it. I see it. He looks like he's 14. The daughter looks like she's 20.
And then I gotta go to Ashley's because of course like they tease us so much. I mean, look at this shit.
Cease and desist.
He's kissing her cheek. Hold on.
I just love that, like, the costume
and
design.
here's the other two kids of hers. Don't they look like twins?
Yeah, they could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we think either they're twins or like maybe a year apart, something like that. Regardless.
But here's the thing. The costume design went, we know what Derek's style is. Throw it out the window. Michael, you're just come to work as you.
Well, apparently there is going to be a scene where he's wearing his leather jacket. But I think in that photo shoot especially, Michael was very much being Michael instead of Derek.
I'm telling you. He literally went, no. Derek has changed in Paris. He has found fashion now.
Maybe that's why they're in Paris. Maybe that's why they're in Paris, because they were like, Derek needed a wardrobe upgrade and he found it while he was doing music in Paris.
God.
But like, really, why go all the way to Paris just to do music? Is he just, that's the only place people will listen to him?
Oh, God, I'm so triggered.
But that's my hope, that in Life with Luca, maybe a reason why Luca is rebelling almost is because maybe Casey and his dad are fighting a little bit.
Maybe.
Or maybe he's just a lot like Derek. I mean, just by nature, which I think is funny. Like, you have someone like Casey, and then she basically raises a Derek, and it's just funny. And then you have someone like Derek who basically raises a Casey, and I feel like he also, I feel like he was probably not knowing how to raise a kid. So he was like, what would Casey do? And he ended up with a Casey.
Oh my God, Nora's back.
Yeah, Nora and George are back.
And there's her other child.
Lassiter, the guy who plays Lassiter, is going to make an appearance. But I don't think he's playing Lassiter. I think it's more like a Easter egg for people who remember the original series. Like, I think he's playing a security guard. So either he got fired from from being a principal, or they just have him in a different career. From what I know, Edwin and Lizzie are not in this movie. Neither is Marty.
Okay.
So I guess like they all moved out, so they're just not like there with the family. But I believe Simon will be in the movie, so we're going to get an older Simon.
Yes, because that's what it is in this anonymous thing. They were like, will we see that new kid George and Nora had? Patrick or Trevor or whatever his name was, which is Simon.
Yeah, so I believe he's gonna. There's a person there, and I believe, yeah, he played Simon, so he'll be in it somewhat regularly. But yeah, so I'm just hoping that like Casey's married, but I'm hoping that it kind of leads to like
she gets a divorce.
as good as it seems. Like maybe a divorce is in the possible future. Maybe he's separated. Like maybe that will come out eventually by the end of the movie. Like that's why I came here, just to kind of get me and the kids away for a little bit from all the issues.
Yeah.
And then she's just like, I don't know how I'm gonna raise all these kids by myself. And then like maybe that will be like, and Derek will be like, well, maybe I can move in with you for like a little bit to help out.
Yeah, that's plausible though.
And then that can lead into the TV series where they live together.
That's true.
Because I feel like even though it looks like Casey and Derek are a little bit more matured, because like they seem happy to see each other, I think we're still gonna see Derek and Casey be Derek and Casey. Like
Yeah.
it's just that it's not as serious as was when they were like 16.
Yeah.
Because Casey, she's just like whatever, Derek.
Yeah.
But I'm just curious what they think's gonna happen because all the articles that have come out with all the comments have been about Daisy.
Of course. Of
So like
course.
I'm telling you, they make a social media account for Life with Luca. You're going to have again 30-year-old plus people being like, Daisy, give us Daisy.
Oh God.
Like they're setting themselves up for this, and like people, they're like, we want this. So
Oh yeah, no. It's gonna be a nightmare. Well,
I kind of can't wait for it because I'm so curious how it's all going to unfold. But I'm glad we're getting something because I miss the characters.
yeah,
Like,
you know
it's
what?
not the exact way I would have wanted them to come back, but
You know what I wonder?
what?
Like they'll like try to hype stuff up maybe because like because I told you about the Boy Meets World podcast.
Yeah.
They have like the actors who are going through like all the episodes. What if they're like,
we've been doing it for 3 years and we barely got
Shut
into
up.
season 3.
Shut up. What if they'll be like, yo, you need to hype this. We're going to do this thing. You're going to podcast. You're going to do an episode thing like that. And I'll be like, how dare you encroach on our territory? How dare you?
But also, I don't see how that would be better for them because I
don't
feel
know.
like Michael and Ashley would be like, "Oh yeah, we improvised that scene," like,
Yeah, but you
and
get
that's
like
like a
the
huge
in-depth.
Daisy shit. Like,
Yeah, and everyone would eat that shit up. And
oh, I
then
know, but it's not for the target audience that they would want.
still, it would get hype for the show.
I mean, I wouldn't turn it down. I just think that it would, it wouldn't be as family friendly as they would want it to be.
Yeah. That being said, everyone go listen to Pod Meets World. That shit's fire.
If you like Boy Meets World.
But yeah, like, there's so many things speculatory that this show's gonna have. Like, you said that Lizzie and them's not in it.
Yeah, so Lizzie, Edwin, and Marty are probably not going to be in the film.
See, this is heartbreaking.
See, Edwin and Marty actors, I don't
They
believe
stopped.
they're acting anymore.
Yeah, I think they stopped.
So if anything, if they get the series, they might maybe do like a one-time guest appearance. But I think Edwin, which is Daniel, he lives in Vancouver.
Oh.
So he's like on the other side of the country.
Yeah, he can fly.
But he's very anti-Daisy, so we don't care if he's not on the show.
Oh, he can get fucked then.
His TikTok is so filled with kind of going through some Daisy, like some scenes and being like, that's a normal reaction. Like, this is all they're trying to do. And like basically just trying to like make it family oriented. And
He is
like,
the Antichrist.
This is not sexual tension.
This is the Antichrist to Daisy. We are no longer allowed to mention him on this podcast. Meanwhile, I wanted Lizzie to be back just for the fact that I'm like, will she be in a cult for Greenpeace like everyone expects her to be? That's all I want. I want to know. I need to know.
Maybe they'll mention them and like what they're doing. Like, oh, Lizzie's off doing this and Edwin's over there, doing that, and Marty's in school because Marty's probably in college, right? Like or maybe she's out. I don't know. I can't remember how old
Oh.
she was.
She's like 2. It's fine.
But so let me look over more of this question that this anonymous person posted.
I will read it for you. I'm sure you've heard about the Life with Luca movie. Not till today, ho! Trial run to see if it's a full series, to see if a full series would work. Is there going to be any character that the fans hate more than Casey's soon-to-be ex-husband?
Okay, so I don't want people to hate this guy just because like Casey's married to him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but I think everyone, including the showrunners and the actor who is going to play this guy, should know that he's always going to be second.
Oh, yeah,
If he
they
gets
have to.
any screen time whatsoever, like he doesn't matter. No one's really going to like. I'm not going to hate the guy just because he's married to Casey, but obviously, I'm just like I don't care that you're married to Casey.
Yeah, but
if
people are like, we'll
anything,
ignore that fact.
if anything, this show is going to bring about a lot of angst. It definitely fuel for fan fiction writers about how Derek and Casey want to be together, but maybe
How they're going to
Casey
have an
fell
affair.
pregnant. She ended up marrying the guy, has another couple kids with him.
You
But
know it's going
then,
to be, every story is going to be, they're having an affair.
well, I don't like affairs. I don't like cheating too much.
I don't either, but you know people are going to be like, this is angst. Affair.
Every time Derek's in town for a show, oh, I gotta see my
Affair.
stepbro. And
Affair. All right. How many bodies has Casey racked up over the last 15 years? Who knows? She is a murderer.
well, you know what? Now that she's a lawyer, she may have gotten even better at it.
Ooh, she's probably like done criminal cases and like
Of
seen.
her own.
Oh, and then she's framed people. Oh my god, this is so good.
Because
This
she,
opens up so
oh
many
my god,
possibilities. Oh my
that's
god,
amazing.
I love
Yes, it
this.
does open a lot more opportunities for her and possibilities.
I
So
love this. All right. Is it weird for 2 step cousins to hook up if their parents also are hooking up?
see, that's the thing. Is it weird for George and Nora to be married if their kids are hooking up? I mean, I don't know. Technically, Luca and Skylar are not related at all, just like Daisy. Like you
Yeah,
could say they're cousins,
but
but
there's
they're
literally
not really.
there's no relation
They're like
at
step
all.
cousins. They're step cousins.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll have to see how the actors are
yeah,
because sometimes the actors they'll play familiar, but like just Ash and Mike could not play siblings
yeah.
whatsoever.
Unless you ask he who must not be named. Uh, have Edwin and Lizzie also been hooking up?
I don't think so.
Are George and Nora aware of the pure chaos they are creating when they got married?
Considering how chaotic their whole relationship was, maybe.
Yeah. And we already answered about Simon, aka
Yeah.
Patrick, aka Trevor.
I don't know. I want some answers to see what. I'm wondering if they'll answer what Casey did. Like, did she go to New York to dance, or did she go to Queens?
You know
I
what?
wonder if we'll get that answer.
She clearly went to Queens.
Well,
Clearly.
some people think that she went to New York for like a year.
Well,
Like
they're
that's in a
wrong.
lot of fanfics,
They're
and
wrong.
that she came back.
No. The only reason she's gone is to kill more people in the States. And then come back. That's the
She's
only
like, I
reason.
gotta have a little adventure.
Yeah. You gotta spread it out. Gotta spread out my extracurricular activities. They can't connect this shit. It's fine. There's one here that someone wants us to read on the podcast.
This is random one.
Yeah, it says, please read it on the podcast. Thank you. First of all, I hope you're doing well. Sure, we're good. I'm Gucci. Are you Gucci?
I'm good.
All right. The fact that you are my favorite podcast. We haven't done anything, but thank you. And sometimes I re-listen to the episodes while I wait for the new one. Again,
I
we're
am not
horrible.
okay.
I'm not
Yeah,
okay.
if you're listening to us, yeah, you're probably.
And you're gonna have to wait for the next calendar year of 2024, and it'll be released. By the way, I love the fact that you two are very private. I'm more private than Ashley, apparently. And that's okay, and good for you. But I also love the fact that you share bits and pieces from here and there and compare Americans versus Canadians. I do as well. Honestly, a podcast about you two rumbling about anything will be perfect. I agree. Do you know how much easier it is to just like get on and be like, "Oh, I saw this today. Talk about it with me." Last but not least, thank you for continuing to create and think about new ideas and also reviewing the episodes. Last, fingers crossed that when the world will be a bit safer, you two will meet. I don't know. This is the one we get so much.
Yeah.
It's just so difficult. Like, we're on opposite ends of a continent. That's correct? Yeah, it's a continent.
It would be a little bit closer now than it was when I was living in Florida.
Yeah, but still on opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Also, they are
And
manifesting.
I would have to get my passport.
I have to renew mine. I let it expire because of COVID, and that's expensive. I think I'll file for a 10-year passport, though.
Yeah, well, I never had a passport, so I'd have to get a passport, and then I would have to somehow make it to Vancouver. I've never been on a plane.
Why is that a thing that I hear a lot, that Americans just never have passports?
We don't really go outside the country too often. Like the average person.
I guess, like,
don't.
I mean, I guess considering, like, both our countries, you'll drive for 20 hours and still be in the same state/province is a big reason. It's like, it's too big. It's not like Europe.
But, like, I mean, it could take you like a whole day to get from from Pennsylvania to Florida, basically, to drive it. So it would take probably like 3 days to get from Pennsylvania to like California. We're in a big country, so I think people just like they don't deviate too far from where they live here.
I drove across Canada twice, and that took like 2 weeks each time, and I was like, ugh. So I get it. It's not like Europe where it's like, I'm gonna have breakfast in France, then lunch in Italy, and then supper in Germany.
That's what I am jealous about.
I am too. 100%.
Europe, because they could literally be in different states every day. I mean, not states, countries every day. Whereas you spend like hours and you could still be in the same state.
Yeah, no, like literally, when going across like BC, it's like, oh yeah, I've been on the road 18 hours. I'm still not in Alberta. It's ridiculous. I hate how big our provinces are. Oh, it's so dumb. I just can't.
So do you have any hopes for the Life with Luca movie? I already gave mine of what I kind of hope it comes out of it. Now that you know it exists.
I don't know. Like, I just need to see it happen. And then when I see it, I'll be like, well, why didn't this happen? Why didn't that happen? That's the type of person I am.
But for the Life with Luca movie, I feel like Mike and Ashley were on set most days. So I feel like they're going to be in the movie a lot, which is what I would hope. Like, I wouldn't want it to just be about Luca and Skylar. Like, I want to see the characters I know.
What if it's just like they pitched it as Life with Luca, but actually it's just Dasey 2.0 show?
Oh, I would hope it would be a Dasey 2.0. But it's like the first season they try to focus on the kids, and then like the second season is just more of like Derek and Casey, and like the kids are just kind of there.
They're like, we need a ratings bump. What can we do? I know. Let me wink at Casey for a second. That's what they're gonna do. They're like, let me just get some Daisy tension and then the ratings will skyrocket. That's what they're gonna
I
do.
hope I can even see it in the United States. That's gonna be a
I'm
thing.
sure. I don't know if it'll just show up on
Eventually,
Disney
but sometimes
Plus.
I feel like it took forever for them to like show it at Vacation with Derek.
Do you think it'll just be Disney Plus?
I don't know because they don't have the regular series on there.
Oh, you're right.
They don't have the. I don't think they have the distribution rights anymore
Mm,
for the shows. That's what people fail to realize. Like half the time, is that it's not a Disney show. Disney just aired it
yeah,
in the states. It's a Family Channel,
yeah.
Shaftesbury,
That's right. It was Family
show.
Channel. I don't have Family Channel, so
You don't.
how am I supposed to watch it now? This
I'm
is
sure there's a
illegal.
very legal way you can watch it.
You're right. You're right. I'm sure someone will upload it to YouTube eventually.
Well, they took down my Vacation with Derek one
Oh my goodness.
because I had like they kept up the ones that were in parts, but I had uploaded a relatively nicer quality at the time version,
Yeah.
and that was up for a couple years. And then I got a message a couple years ago, "Hey, you need to take down your video. It goes against like the rights." And it's because I think they wanted to upload it to YouTube themselves, but you have to pay money to watch it.
Yeah.
But
It
I was like,
is
okay, you can. So that's why the movie's not on the Cedar Source YouTube channel anymore because they had me take it down.
rude. Rude.
Hello, this is Present Ashley, who is editing this podcast. I also just wanted to announce that at this moment in time, about a couple weeks ago, that the people who now own the distribution rights to Life with Derek also took down all of the episodes off of YouTube. And because of this, the Cedar Source channel, YouTube channel that I had, was taken down completely. So if you are looking for the Cedar Source episodes and you had no idea what happened to them, that's what happened. I got hit with like basically a bunch of copyright strikes overnight, and because of all those copyright strikes, my account was deactivated. So that's been a bummer, especially for those who were watching them, for years and years. But it does seem that whoever owns, I forget the name of the company, whoever owns it now has been uploading them to their own channel on YouTube, slowly but surely. So if you wanted to check that out, at least it's going to be somewhere on YouTube, and hopefully, they'll keep that way so it's free to watch on YouTube. But yeah, so I just wanted to give that little update as well. Because this podcast, we recorded it before all that drama happened. So, yeah.
But maybe, who knows, because like Degrassi uploaded every fucking episode to
They took them all
YouTube.
down.
No!
Well, they made them all private at least, yeah.
No, I'm checking right now. I literally just
Well, they
found
did,
this.
because HBO was going to pick them up, and they have them all. They have all the shows on HBO right now, HBO Max.
No.
And they took all of the episodes down on YouTube that was on their channel.
That's false. I'm looking at it right now.
Well, it wasn't there when I was on mine.
The Degrassi official channel has all the episodes. Or maybe let's see. Yeah, no, they're all there.
Are they all all the episodes, not just little clips?
Yeah, no, I'm watching it right now. It's 22 minutes. Episode 101. So if they do that, then there's no issue.
I see some of the older ones. So then they must have put it back on. Because I know for a while, most of them were gone.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe it
so
came back.
I went on the playlist, and season 1 they have the first episode 101, but then they don't have any of the rest.
Yeah, mine is. I don't know if you're on the same one as mine. Because yeah,
Unless they only made it private for anyone but Canada.
that must be it. Because I literally have
Because
like.
maybe HBO Max is just American, so they took it down for Americans.
Let's just say everyone boycott HBO for all the BS they're doing right now. Of like completely taking down shit from their site when they were like, nope, we're just gonna be a thing that
Everything. I'm just so disgusted with everything they've done. But yes.
like what was it? They like have the rights for like this animation thing or whatever, and they're
Yeah, and
like,
they took down like a bunch so that they wouldn't get
yeah,
any royalties, basically.
yeah. So it's like everyone's fucking mad. So if you have HBO, fucking get rid of it. I don't care if you need to watch your stupid dragon show.
And then they put Life with Luca on HBO.
Then I don't know. But yeah, like I don't care about your stupid dragon show. Like
Yeah, Game of Thrones burned me. I sounds like literally.
yeah, no, literally. You know what? Go watch the show The Bear. That's a good one.
No,
You have Hulu, don't you?
I have Hulu.
Yeah, go watch it. It's good. It's on there.
Eventually, I have so many shows that are in like my list to watch. It's just
It's just so good. It's like 8 episodes. They're 20 minutes, and it's like about the food industry.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, we want to highlight the food industry, and it's literally people like losing their goddamn mind. And I'm like, it's true.
I'm sure it would be. Yeah.
I'm like, as someone who's worked in a kitchen, yeah, this is reality. But it's already been renewed for season 2, so go watch it. It's good.
So, is there anything else you want to talk about with Life with Luca?
I mean, I can talk about what I've been distracted with and why I couldn't podcast.
And what's that?
I've been too busy going to see Top Gun too many times in theaters.
What's your official count?
I'm at 6 in theaters.
6 times?
6 times in theaters, but I've watched it illegally multiple times since. It's so good! Like, fuck off with the original. The original is dumb. It's stupid and boring, and
then why did you even watch the sequel?
Because I wanted it looked good. And then I saw it and I went, wow, this is everything I expected the first one to be. How can people constantly say Top Gun's amazing when they have Top Gun Maverick that's 10 times better?
I've heard basically from anyone who's watched it said it was good, but I just don't like any of that stuff. So
it's just so good. Like I saw it and I was like, like you leave the theater going, how can I get my pilot's license?
So you've at least asked that question like 6 times, right?
Yeah, I have, and it's expensive. And I'm like,
maybe if you didn't go watch it in theaters, that would you have a little bit more money to get it.
Listen, they like announced that it like grossed like whatever $1 billion worldwide, and I was like, you're welcome. That was me and my friend solely. We saw it like
just Vanessa.
We
saw it from a very specific place in Vancouver. A lot of this money.
Yeah, like we went to see it in like every fucking possible way. It's like normal, IMAX, this thing when you're in seats and they move and pitch to like what's happening in the scene. Which, if you have that option, go sit in that seat because your chair vibrates like you're in a jet and it like pitches forward and backwards and like it's ridiculous. It makes the scene so much better. Go do it. Go see it. I approve of this message. Like, fuck Tom Cruise. He's a crazy dude who believes in a weird ass god named Xenu or whatever. Yeah. But the movie is, I ignore Tom Cruise because the flying in it is amazing because they actually shoved them in fucking jets and were like, you're gonna get crushed by G-force, but act. It's not CGI, the flying. So I was like, oh, This is beautiful. Because it's Tom Cruise. And Tom Cruise.
There's more questions about Life with Luca.
What?
Do you think when Life with Luca comes out, and maybe this was before like they actually knew it, Ashley and Michael will be in interviews, game shows, etc., or will they focus more on the kids?
Game shows?
Uh, just like I don't know.
I don't know.
But there may be a couple interviews. I don't know if
Who knows?
they would be too big a press. I mean, it's just a kids show. But because it is life with their characters, you might see one or two interviews. I feel like from like local news stations in Toronto.
Probably.
But I don't think you're going to see anything on like Good Morning America or anything like that.
Good Morning
Or
America.
Kelly Clarkson show.
Oh God. Or what is it? Michael and Kelly? Whatever. What's that other one? Is it changed?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you won't see any of them like on that type of stuff.
God, no.
If anything, it would be Canada centric show. But
do you remember when they did the Disney Channel games? It was like the Olympics for like Disney Channel, and Mike was like hosting it. God, what a flashback!
That's like the height of like when I was watching The Life with Eric. So I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, that's literally it. It's crazy. Crazy. Right. I think that's it.
Yeah, I think that's it. But I just wanted to fill you guys in on the update in case you didn't know about it. Tell us what you think about where the characters seem to be heading in this movie and what you hope to get out of it. Because I know all of us want to get Daisy canon out of it, but that's 99% not going to happen on a family show. It's just not. But again, like I said earlier, you can get them to be both single parents under the same roof, co-parenting. I will take that as well.
You know what? 1% is still a chance. We can take it.
But
1 in a million.
Daphne, who is very anti-Daisy herself, is still involved with this project.
Who the fuck is Daphne?
She's the creator. You're such a fake fan.
Oh my god. He who must not be named, and now she who must not be named. I'm boycotting this whole show. No one watch it. Boycott it. No one watch it. It's a waste of our time. That's my signing off message. Watch Top Gun Maverick. Boycott Life with Luca. Luca, whatever.
Don't listen to Vanessa.
No, listen to me.
Have your own opinions.
Listen to your elders.
What if they're older than us?
Still listen to your non-elders.
Mike and Ashley listening to us, okay?
Well,
it's not gonna happen,
if they are, come on our show. Let's discuss how Casey's a serial killer. Please.
That's what we're going to discuss.
That's like, literally all I want to do!
No. But like, they come onto our podcast, right? And they're like, all right, we have to prepare to answer a lot of Daisy-related questions. And all we proceed to do for like an hour is just talk about Casey and her potential like serial killer tendencies.
Oh my god, it would throw them for like a loop.
So it's like, how many people do you think Casey's killed? They would think we're sociopaths.
They're like, no, listen to my reasoning. Pulls out like the list of moments.
Yeah. See, in episode The Room, you did this, and then in episode
you're a psychopath.
Here, you did this. Do you play this purposely like this?
Or did you make a decision that Casey was an absolute psychopath?
Yeah.
If so, bravo. God, the layers. Okay.
And at the very end, so is Daisy real?
Yeah. So, like, Daisy real? That's all I need to know.
Did they hook up at least once in college?
Tell us. Tell us. Breaking news. Tell us.
If anything, this news has made me maybe want to write Daisy again.
Oh, don't say that.
I'm not promising anything.
Don't
But
say that. Oh my god, you're gonna get the whole world coming after you now.
well, no, because I don't think I'm that known in the Daisy community.
Oh, but the people who listen here will know, and they'll go, write this. And sorry,
But-
wait your turn. She has to write shit for me first. Stay in your lane.
Alright. Well, until next time, or until we get more news about the movie. Bye bye.
Go see Top Gun.